Just between you and me, I need to tell you this right now. I couldn't keep this bottled up for another second because this isn't something far off in the future anymore. It's taking place right now, today, or tomorrow. And if these words are reaching you, it isn't a coincidence. A part of you already recognizes what I'm talking about. That little flutter in your chest, that sensation that has been building up inside you, that restless drive you can't quite shake off. It's real. It isn't just stress or overthinking. This is the moment you've been waiting for, finally making itself known. Honestly, I almost didn't say anything at all. I almost let you keep running into that same brick wall. But I just couldn't, because the shift that is about to happen in your life will completely reshape everything you thought you knew about yourself, your reality, and what you are truly capable of achieving. So take a deep breath with me. Settle in. Let's dive right in. You've been doing that thing again. That habit where you glance at the clock a little too often, waiting for some sign that your life is about to change. You've been waking up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, playing the same doubtful questions on repeat. What if I don't succeed? What if all of this effort is for nothing? What if this is as good as it gets? You've been dragging that heavy invisible backpack around. It's a weight you never quite set down, constantly whispering familiar anxieties into your ear. You might have stopped noticing it, but I notice. That's the perspective you get when standing on the outside looking in. I see how tense your shoulders get when you think nobody is watching. I catch that subtle hesitation in your voice whenever you talk about where you're headed. The way you look down when you bring up your big ambitions, almost like you're afraid someone will tear them away from you. That ends right now, because here is what has actually been happening beneath the surface. You have been processing things and quietly assembling pieces you didn't even realize you were holding. And without even conscious awareness, you have been laying down the foundation for something massive. You've felt it, haven't you? That gentle push, that strange intuition that things are shifting even when everything on the outside seems completely still. There's been a subtle buzz vibrating inside your chest for the past few weeks, maybe even longer. It's like a soft electric charge. It catches you in the most random moments, in the middle of a conversation that suddenly feels meaningless, or right as you're about to fall asleep and your eyes snap open because something inside you just knows. It knows this isn't anxiety. Deep down, you know it's not panic or dread. It's recognition. You are recognizing the shape of what is coming next, even if your logical mind can't put a name to it yet. You have stood at crossroad moments before, but never quite like this. This time is different. This time you aren't running away from what frightens you. You are running towards something big, even if you haven't fully admitted it to yourself yet. But the signs are all around you. That phone call you keep delaying, that passion project you keep coming back to, that persistent gut feeling telling you that you should be taking action. It hums inside you like a steady rhythm. That is your internal compass pointing you north. It isn't random noise, it's a guidance system. So let me paint a picture of what has really been going on while you've been worrying. Standing in your kitchen at 2 a.m. with a glass of water, running through the same mental loops, while you've been replaying old conversations, trying to figure out where things went wrong, while you've been talking yourself into believing you aren't ready, aren't capable, or that now isn't the right time. Meanwhile, the universe has been silently rearranging your life, shifting people and bringing fresh opportunities to the surface. Doors that once looked solid like brick and mortar have started developing tiny hairline cracks. Cracks so small they are barely visible except in the right light. And you, in your effort to stay safe and comfortable, have been looking at those cracks and telling yourself they mean nothing. Just an old structure showing wear and tear, just normal decay. But you and I both know that isn't the truth. Those cracks aren't accidental. They aren't signs that the foundation is failing. They are signs that the old structure is about to be completely replaced, and you are standing right in the center of that old framework, holding the blueprint for the new one. You simply forgot it was in your hands. I know how exhausted you are. I can see it in how you carry yourself throughout your day, going through the daily routines with a rehearsed smile you've used far too many times. You've been putting on a performance. You've been wearing a mask of yourself that fits the expectations of everyone around you, and it has drained more energy from you than you like to admit. That fatigue isn't just physical. It's a deep, soul-level weariness, and it's the toll you've been paying for, ignoring that quiet, relentless inner voice telling you to turn left when everyone else is heading right. You've been sitting at tables where you don't belong, laughing at jokes that aren't funny to you, and nodding along with plans you never truly agreed to. That has been your shield, your defense mechanism, your way of keeping the peace. But peace bought at that price isn't real peace. You know it's just the quiet silence before a storm, and that storm isn't arriving to destroy your life. It's coming to clear away the haze, stripping away everything holding you down so you can finally stand on solid ground. Here is where the truth becomes undeniable. There's a reason I held this secret back for so long. It wasn't because you couldn't handle it. It was because until right now, you wouldn't have believed it. You would have brushed it off as wishful thinking, as the kind of empty reassurance people offer just to make you feel better. But I'm not here merely to comfort you. I'm here to point out what you've been overlooking. And what you've been missing is that every single thing you've endured, every detour, every closed door, every fading friendship, every failed job, and every heartbreak was actually intentional. You've been standing on a construction site your entire life, surrounded by rubble, looking at the debris and assuming you failed, when in reality, you've been building all along. The rubble isn't proof of failure. It's raw building material. It's what you will use to construct the next chapter of your life. And you have gathered so much more material than you realize. Let's get specific, because I want you to feel this deep down. Think about the last time an idea made you nervous. Not terrified, just nervous. The kind of feeling that turns into excitement if you look at it from a different angle. That spark that popped into your head at a completely random moment while driving, showering, or staring out a window, which your logical mind immediately shot down by saying, "No, that's not for someone like you." But you couldn't forget it. It kept returning. It kept whispering to you during quiet moments, and you kept pushing it down because it felt too grand, too improbable, and too risky. That idea wasn't a random thought. It was a preview, a clear snapshot of what is waiting for you on the other side of this moment. The fact that it stayed with you, proves it was meant for you. You don't need anyone's permission to go after it. You don't need external validation. You just need to stop pretending you don't see it. And I want to pause right here to address something that might sting a bit. That persistent doubt living in the back of your mind. The one that has been your constant companion for so long that you think it's part of who you are. It isn't. It's a relic. It's a leftover piece from an older version of you that no longer exists. You have outgrown it. You've evolved past it, but you keep it around simply because it feels familiar. It feels safe to listen to an inner voice telling you to stay small, but remaining small is no longer an option. Not anymore. The scope of your life is expanding whether you are ready or not. That inner tension you feel, that tug of war between wanting more and being afraid to reach for it, is actually growth. It's uncomfortable. It feels chaotic. It can feel like falling apart, but falling apart and falling into place are often the exact same process viewed from different perspectives. I'm going to ask you to do something, but it isn't what you expect. I'm not asking you to take immediate action, make a big decision, or write out a checklist. I'm asking you to just pause for a second and notice. Notice how your body feels right now. Pay attention to the air around you, the temperature, and the ambient sounds. Feel the weight of your hands and the steady rhythm of your breathing, because in this exact moment, a shift is happening. You are becoming present. You are stepping out of the fog and realizing that what you have been searching for has also been searching for you. That sense of readiness, of being chosen, of being in the right place at the right time. You've been experiencing it for months, but you just haven't allowed yourself to believe it. But your belief is catching up now. It's moving fast, it feels intense, and it's about to collide with your life in a breathtaking way. And I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean you need to prepare yourself, because you are going to physically feel this transformation when it hits. You will feel it in your skin, in your bones, and in the way your heart beats. It's already starting. You've been prepared for this, not through some grand, dramatic destiny you had to earn, but through the small, unglamorous moments where you chose to keep moving forward when everything inside you wanted to give up. Those moments accumulated over time, like wealth. And now you have built up enough to claim something extraordinary, not with money, but with focus, intention, and the sheer strength of your presence. You've been practicing for this moment without even realizing it. Every time you held your tongue, you were learning when to speak up. Every time you felt isolated, you were learning how to stand strong on your own. Every time you were misunderstood, you were learning how to communicate clearly. You haven't just been surviving, you've been serving an apprenticeship, and that apprenticeship is coming to an end. Here's the part that might sound strange. You are not broken, and you never were. That deep-seated feeling that something is fundamentally wrong with you is just a story you picked up along the way. But you've dropped it now. It doesn't belong to you anymore. You just haven't noticed that you aren't carrying it anymore. You've actually been walking with free arms for weeks without realizing you let go of that heavy backpack. That sense of lightness you've noticed recently is your natural state returning. It's the real you peeking out from behind the curtain, ready to step fully into the spotlight, not because you demanded it, but because you finally got out of your own way. The secret I couldn't keep any longer is that the wait is officially over. The preparation phase is finished. You are no longer in the process of becoming the person you need to be. You are that person right now. There is no more training required, no more proving yourself, and no more earning your place. This isn't a test. This is the real thing. And reality is asking you to step into your full power, not as someone who is trying to figure things out, but as someone who is ready to trust what they already know. And you know so much. You know far more than you give yourself credit for. Your gut has been giving you subtle cues that you've been ignoring. Your intuition has been signaling you, and your dreams have been revealing the ending of this story while you've been stuck rewatching the opening scenes on repeat. But the intro is over. The plot is accelerating, and you are not a side character in anyone else's story. Let me tell you what I see when I look at you. I see someone who has been far too humble for their own good. I see someone who has been too willing to let others dictate what is possible. I see someone who hides their strength like a secret, afraid to display it out of fear that it might be taken away. But it can't be taken from you. It's built into your very core. It's in the marrow of your bones, the tone of your voice, and the way you walk into a room and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. You don't need to push harder. You need to ease up. You need to stop holding on so tightly and start allowing things to flow, because what is coming toward you cannot be forced. It can only be received, and receiving is often harder than achieving. You already know how to achieve, but receiving requires a different strength. It requires surrender, which is the final barrier between you and everything you've ever wanted. This is where real transformation happens. This is the topic we rarely discuss in polite conversation. The state where you allow yourself to want something so intensely that you feel it in your teeth and bones, and then you completely let go of the outcome. That is the paradox. The exact moment you want something the most is the moment you must surrender it. And letting go isn't giving up. It's yielding to a timing and rhythm greater than yourself. A timing that knows precisely when the conditions are right. You have been planting seeds for years, but instead of watering them with faith, you've been watering them with anxiety. Worry doesn't nurture growth. It burns it. You can stop worrying now. You can stop checking for constant signs of progress and stop digging up the seed to see if it's sprouted yet. That isn't patience. That's control disguised as patience. True patience is peace, knowing the seed is doing its quiet work in the dark. And here is what is about to happen. The darkness is giving way to light. The preparation is complete, and germination is done. What was once hidden is about to be revealed, not all at once, but in stages that feel almost too aligned to be random chance. You might receive a message from someone you haven't spoken to in years, find money you forgot you had, or wake up one morning feeling lighter and more at ease. These aren't isolated coincidences. They are a chain reaction of dominoes you've been setting up your entire life without realizing it. That random skill you picked up a decade ago is about to become vital. That painful heartbreak that shattered you is about to make complete sense. That career setback that felt like a failure is about to become the cornerstone of your greatest success. It's all connected, It's all been building, and the structure is now complete. All that's left to do is step back and watch it unfold. Why am I sharing this with you right now? Why this exact moment? Because I know you are finally ready to hear it. I can feel the energy around you shifting. The old narratives are losing their grip, and your old fears are losing their power. You are beginning to view yourself differently, and that new perspective is the key that will unlock every door ahead. You don't need a complicated strategy or a step-by-step roadmap. You just need to stay aware and keep your eyes open to the signs already surrounding you. The sign won't be a dramatic miracle. It will be a coincidence that feels too meaningful to ignore. It will be an opportunity arriving at the exact right moment, or a person who looks at you and sees the value you were too afraid to recognize in yourself. When that moment comes, don't overanalyze it or second-guess it. Just step forward into it. I want to speak directly to the part of you that has been hiding, that version of you that lowered its expectations just to avoid disappointment, kept its dreams small to protect them from being crushed, and settled for crumbs so it wouldn't have to ask for the full meal. I see you. I understand why you did that. It was survival, intelligence, and a way to navigate a world that didn't always make sense. But the circumstances have changed. The rules are different now. You are no longer in survival mode. You are in growth mode. Growth mode feels different. It's more expansive, requiring you to take up space, be visible, and let your voice be heard. I know that can feel intimidating when you've spent years trying to stay hidden, but staying small no longer serves or protects you. It is simply keeping you from the life that is rightfully yours. You've been obsessing over the logistics, how it will work out, whether you can handle it, or what happens if it all falls apart. But here is the truth you've been missing. It's already working, and things are already falling into place. The elements falling away from your life are just things you no longer need. They are clutter and dead weight, costumes you used to wear that no longer fit. Let them fall away without mourning them. Celebrate their departure because their absence creates space. Space for what's real, space for the new, and space for the life you have quietly and fiercely hoped for. That hope wasn't foolish. It was a glimpse of your actual future. The universe doesn't give you deep desires that you are incapable of fulfilling. It gives you those desires to show you what is possible. Your longing isn't a mistake. It's a roadmap. So here we are, right on the threshold. We are at the edge of something you can't quite name, but can deeply feel. The start of a new chapter that will unfold in ways you never expected, expanding your capacity far beyond what you thought possible. I'm not here to push you, because the push is already coming from within. Your own spirit is driving you forward. You've been feeling that restless urge to change your life, reorganize things, and start fresh. That isn't discontentment, it's alignment with your purpose. It's the part of you that knows precisely what step to take next. And it isn't shouting at you, it's whispering because it trusts you to finally listen. And you are listening. That's why you are here, still listening to this at this exact moment. This is a moment you will look back on and remember where you were when the realization finally clicked. You will remember the atmosphere, the light, and the feeling in your chest, because this is a major turning point. Everything behind you is the past. Everything ahead is the future. And you are standing right in the center, making the quiet choice to move forward. In truth, you've already made the choice. The decision was already made deep inside you, and you've already agreed to what's coming. The only thing left to do is allow it to show up, and it will happen sooner than you think. So don't brace for impact. Open yourself up. Don't prepare for the worst. Prepare for the best, because the best has been waiting for you all along, and it won't wait much longer. Truthfully, it's already here. It's in the air around you, in the significance of this moment, and in the quiet certainty settling into your bones. You've been transitioning into this new reality longer than you realize, and now the shift is complete. The secret is out, not because I couldn't keep it, but because you are finally ready to hold it. Holding it doesn't mean clinging tightly. It means letting it rest easily in your hands, looking at it and claiming it as yours. You belong here not because you are special, but because you are ready. You've done the work, you've walked the path, and you've earned this, not through endless strain, but through pure presence, by staying in the room when others left, and by showing up when it was easier to hide. That is what you've done, and that is what makes this moment yours. So let's take a breath and sit with this. Let the stillness settle in. There is nothing left to figure out, no more questions to answer, and no more hurdles to clear. The path is open, and you are standing on the threshold, not as someone about to start, but as someone who has already arrived. You don't need to change who you are, fix anything, or prove your worth. You just need to be present right here and let this momentum carry you. It is taking you somewhere beautiful, a place you've always known was waiting, a place that feels like coming home. And home isn't a physical location. It's the feeling of belonging right here in your life, in your body, and in this awareness. This is the ultimate secret. It isn't external, it's internal. It's the realization that you have always been the person you were waiting for, the answer to your own prayers. Now that you know this, you can't unlearn it or go back to pretending. And you wouldn't want to, because seeing this truth brings complete freedom, release, and a brand new beginning. So go ahead and release that breath you've been holding. Feel the lightness in your chest and the solid ground under your feet. You aren't falling. You are landing and arriving home. That's all I needed to share with you. The one thing I couldn't keep to myself for another moment. Deep down, you already know. You've always known. And now, you can finally live it.